I'm Simone and this is Tabitha.
Hey!
And welcome to our YouTube channel. This is our first video and we're nervous.
And it's about college, because we're college kids! Go us! Okay, so the first thing I would say is when you bring your wardrobe to school, be careful. Don't pack only nice clothes, because it's going to get tiresome when you have that 8 a.m. and all you want to do is sleep so you don't wake up until 10 minutes before you have to leave.
That's her. She does that.
That's me. But,
also, do not bring your winter clothes. Like, don't do it. It doesn't get cold. Well, I don't know where you live. But it doesn't. Here in North Carolina, it does not get cold until November. So, like, you have all of this time to go back to get your clothes. Like, you don't need them.
On average, if you're, like, near your, like, house, don't bring all your clothes for the whole year. First off, there's not enough room to do that in your, like, wardrobe, whatever you have on average. I would say our college has pretty, like, large closet spaces, and that first year was a struggle because I brought all of my clothes.
I feel kind of hypocritical saying this, though, because I literally have all of my, like, winter, summer, spring clothes.
We're just gonna ignore Simone and, like, how she does. I have literally 30 things in my, closet right now.
My closet is stuffed with stuff that I can't even wear until next season. Like, I can't wear it. It's too warm.
I mean, I'm going home, so I'm gonna go get some more things, because, you know, I brought fairly nice clothes, and then, like, you know, I want to look presentable a good 3 days out of the week. But the other 2, you know, I just want to bum, and the weekend I'm not counting.
I was like, there's 7 days a week. Okay, what's the second thing we want to talk about?
Don't wear your lanyard, freshman. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Don't wear it around your neck. Like, you can have your lanyard, because you will be given a lanyard at school, but don't just wear it around your neck in all your pictures. That's not cute.
But we understand that if you're carrying something, you might need to put it around your neck, like Tabitha did this earlier.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to do it, like, if you're, like, just went grocery shopping and you, like, don't have any hands. Put it around your neck. It's, like, not a problem. I love lanyards. But don't let anyone judge you for putting your keys in your pocket and letting the lanyard hang out of your pocket. Like, I do that all the time, but I don't carry a purse. So, like, I have nowhere to put my keys. So I put them in my damn pocket. Like,
I judged her real hard for that.
She did, and it's mean. Don't listen to her.
Yeah, don't judge. Don't be mean.
Also, we should probably talk about bathrooms right about now. So, for the most part, colleges have communal bathrooms. Be respectful of other people because it's gross. Like, communal bathrooms are gross. Like, we're not going to sugarcoat it. It's gross.
It's not completely gross. Don't be afraid to go to the bathroom, please. It's just, they're not, like, some people just don't know how to flush the toilet, and it's so annoying. Or you're like,
I mean, and you're showering in the same space, and granted, they're cleaned every day, but, you know, when you're thinking, you know, our last dorm had 50 girls on the hall and 5 showers. That's 10 people per shower, and everyone wanted to use the big shower, so don't use the big shower. So, it's like, just be respectful. Like, look behind you when you flush the toilet. Make sure your damn hair is not in the drain, because that's disgusting. Nobody's going to use that shower. Also, wear shower shoes.
Yes, don't forget your shower shoes. Please, whatever you do, you don't want to go in there and then get toe fungus the next day because someone didn't wear their shoes.
Yeah, I saw a girl walk out of the shower, like, barefooted, and was like, what? Like,
you will get judged really hard, I'm not even going to lie.
It's not like I'm judging you because you do you, but, like, I personally think that is disgusting. Like,
no shame, I would judge you. But don't be afraid of the bathrooms, please. If you get, like, a dorm style, don't be freaking out. You know, everyone has the same bodily functions. Everyone does it all.
No, we don't. Girls aren't allowed to poop.
You live with other girls, and guess what? We all have to poop. It happens. It's not like a mysterious thing that only happens to boys. No, it's a real thing. I look naked.
Don't be afraid to say your major, just because I know Tabitha has changed her major a lot, and I was recently talking to this guy who wanted to switch. He was thinking about switching his major, and his advisor was like, hang on to it for a year. But that's not right. You shouldn't do that. Like, I understand saying, oh, hang on it for the semester, because you don't get that far behind in one semester. But after a full year of classes that are, especially when you're switching, like, complete majors, that's, like, a whole year of classes is, like, you're going to get far behind. You're going to have to stay here longer, and who wants to pay more tuition?
Yeah, so I would, like, that's one of my biggest recommendations. Like, I've had a change of heart, but once you're, like, actually in the classes and you're realizing that's what you're going to be doing for, like, a good portion of your life, almost the rest of your life, you don't want to be, like, stuck in something that you're already having doubts about. You know, I mean, it's okay to have some doubts, but when you're at a point where you get to know where you want to change your major and it's been a semester, change your major.
And, like,
your parents will be, like, okay about it. You'll get through school.
We're not saying, because, like, I know that, like, I'm still iffy about the job I want to pursue. Like, but I know that my major is what I love. Like, now, whether or not I want to actually be a corporate attorney or whether or not I actually want to go into politics, I'm still in the correct major. You know, like, I still love my major. So, like, whatever I end up doing that involves my major, not to say that everyone gets a job in their major, but I know that if I get a job in my major, I'm still going to love it. Like, I still enjoy taking the classes, like, arguing with my teachers, not because it's a political science thing, and, like, arguing with my classmates. Like, I still enjoy that, but, like, if I didn't, I'd want to change immediately.
Another word would be debating in the classroom.
Right, that word. My bad.
Not arguing. Please don't argue with your teachers. They probably won't like that. Just letting you know. Teachers, don't be afraid to get help from your teachers. Please, please, please don't forget to get help. Don't be afraid to get help.
Also, tutors. Like, I realize that teachers are a really great, like, use of time. Like a good resource, not use of time. But there are also people who are paid to be tutors. Did you know that? Like, they're paid to be tutors. And, like, if you get behind, it's in college, it's hard to catch back up. It's hard. So you, like, as soon as you feel like you're, like, need help, go get it. Get it on a regular basis. Or if you know that you're taking a subject, because it's mandatory, that you have to, like, that you already struggle in, like foreign language, by mistake, I got a C in it, go get help immediately. Don't even wait. Like, just be like, hey, I know I'm gonna fail this class if I don't get help. I haven't even started classes yet. Like,
also, there's a 99% chance there will always be a train in our video. Because, you know.
Right, so I was like, why are you even talking about that?
They come around at least 5 times a day.
Oh, and did you know that?
And 3 times at night.
Okay, so we're going to talk about roommates, and I'm going to tell you the story about my roommate first, because I actually ended up moving. Tabitha had problems with her roommate too, but she's a little bit more stubborn than me, and I know that if I'm in an environment that I'm uncomfortable in, I'm going to crash and burn. So, I'm going to tell you about my roommate. We actually found each other on our college's Facebook page. She was like, I'm looking for a roommate. I was like, oh my god, like, she seems pretty cool, you know, like, Asheville, yay. But, like, she was cool. And so, like, we requested each other to be roommates. And then I got in there and she, like, made, like, offside comments about, like, me and about my race and about, you know, like, how I was able to get in school. You can't see my hands. I'm doing this. And about how I was able to, like, get in school and stuff and get, like, a scholarship. And it came to the point where I was like, no. Like, you know, and I addressed, like, and for a while I was like, oh, she's not meaning to do that, blah, 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 blah. And then so I was like, I addressed it with her, and she was like, I'll fix it. But then her friends were like, you're so awful, like, how could you do this to her? And I was like, at that point I was like, no, like, you know, like, you can.
She was done.
I was, and I was, Tabitha knows, because we were roommates.
I
lived in her room, which is also the reason
like,
I don't like
I
her.
lived, like, our first semester, I lived right down the hall from her, and so she was actually friends with my roommate.
That's how I met her.
And that's how we met. Like, she was friends with my roommate a lot, and so she was just had her stuff in my room. Like, I mean, we didn't mind. Like, but she just had her stuff in our room, and she would hang out in our room because, like,
but I wasn't a freeloader. Like, let's be real here. I bought food for their room. Like, I bought food for their room. Like, I was like, my food's gonna be, I'm gonna eat your food, so I'm gonna purchase food for the room too. Like, you either open to anything, blah, 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 blah. But I depended on Tabitha and her roommate. Like, I was like, look, you guys, I can't do this. I'm waiting out the semester and I'm going to move over semesters because I've worked in housing and I could do that. And, well, I guess anyone could do that, but I was here. And so, but I, like, depended on them. Like, I studied in their room because I couldn't study in my room. And then my roommate, like, cried when I told her I was leaving, but I told her specifically I was leaving because I couldn't handle the fact that she would be willing to allow her friends to come and attack me like that. I was like, that's what drew the line. Like, when she said she was gonna fix it, like, I believed her. And she technically didn't say anything bad to me after she said she was gonna fix it. But her friends were like, haha, like, you're an awful person. Like, you know, like, you can't just handle that. The people that are going to be hanging out with your roommate all the time thinking you're an awful person. And not being afraid to say it. So, like, you know that they, like, if their friends think you're an awful person, they probably think you're an awful person. And I was like, can't do another semester. But my second roommate, she was so messy, and I hated it. Like, she wasn't a bad person, but she was a bad roommate. Like, there's a difference between being a bad person and a bad roommate. First roommate, bad person, not bad roommate. Second roommate, bad roommate, not bad person.
Long ass story short. Please do not be afraid to change roommates. 1, to change rooms. 2, stick it out and make sure, like, you can't, like, figure it out. But if you really can't, then don't be afraid to change.
If you know you're the type of person that is going to be, you know, like, your schoolwork's going to be affected, your social life's going to be affected, not infected, affected. And you know that's going to, like, what your roommate's doing is, like, affecting your, like, the way you're living and, you know, like, the way you're operating, you can get out. Like, it's okay.
So, anyway, that's our take on roommates. You know, don't expect to be best friends with them necessarily, but, you know, friends, you don't have to live with, like, your friend. You can just handle the living situation, you know. Figure out what you need to do. You have to communicate with them, and then that's all. You don't have to be best buds. You don't have to see them, like, outside of your room necessarily, like, and hang out with them the whole time. But it'll be okay. Don't be afraid.
While we're talking about people, let's go ahead and talk about not being afraid to talk to upperclassmen.
Still don't do that one.
Okay, I do. First off, they're super helpful. They really are. Like, they know the ins and outs of the school you're going to. Second, they're just, you know, they're people. Like, they were a freshman once too. Like, they know what it's like to be you.
True.
And they most likely, if anything, you can bond on where where you were living. Because I know that I was like, we live in such and such, and they were like, oh, that was rough. Like, you know, like, but yeah, so, like, don't be afraid to talk to them, because they're people too. Especially if you go to a smaller school, you're gonna run into them.
Oh yeah, all the time. Unless they graduate, then you will never see them again. But
unless they go to the master's program at your school, because then they're coming back forever.
Pretty much. And yeah, think you got rid of them? Just kidding. No. So also don't make enemies with them. Because if it's a small school, on average,
don't make enemies, period.
Be nice, be kind, and be friendly. You know?
Friendly?
Or at least don't be rude and slam the door on their face. Also, another, like, kind of living, like, don't be afraid to miss home. Like, that's probably a big thing. I feel like people are scared to say that they missed home. And I know when you're, like, leaving for college, you're like, woohoo, I'm not gonna miss home ever. Like, I'm glad to be out of this place. And then
I low-key cried before I left.
And then 3 weeks later, you're at college and you're really homesick. Like, it's okay to be homesick. I promise you, almost every single person in this, like, in that living hall or wherever you are is feeling the exact same way about home. Because if you haven't found necessarily your clique yet or anything...
Which did not happen to me until I met Tabitha.
Same, like... Which was granted a little while into this, like,
literally
semester. Probably
like 4 months. It was probably the tail end
right.
of the semester that we became
But, like,
friends.
You miss home. It's a thing. You're gonna happen. But don't worry, there's a break to come. Or if you're, like, live far away, there's always, like, winter break that's gonna soon happen. Just know that there's always, like, it's not forever, you know? You're not gonna be gone forever. It's gonna be okay, I promise.
It's okay to not be here on the weekends. Definitely don't go home every weekend, because that's ridiculous. And you're
I
wasting a lot
went
of
once a month. Like, I would say, but on average, I had something every month to go home for.
Yeah, and you know what? We have at least a 3-day break every month this
So that's
year.
when I went home.
So, like, there are plenty of... But if you're not here on the weekends, just realize that if you're not here on the weekends, you're not going to make friends as easily. Because the friend-making stuff happens mostly on the weekends. So, sorority life. Don't be afraid to go through recruitment. Like, definitely don't believe the misconceptions of a sorority.
They're not true, I promise. Well,
yeah.
At least in our experience, in our campus, it's not.
And I'm sure there's, like, stereotypical sorority girls out there. But, you know, at a bigger school, there's more sororities. At a smaller school, you're less likely to have your stereotypical sorority girl. So, you win. Both ways. But also, I would like to stress that when you're, like, looking, if you decide to go through recruitment, when you're looking at a sorority, don't just fall for the girls. Don't be like, I want to be in this sorority because I like these girls best.
Granted, that should help in your choosing process. If you don't like the people in it, I suggest you not go in that sorority.
Yeah, because that could be a problem. But, like...
Or fraternity, whoever's watching.
But definitely, like, you know, care about what the sorority's about. Like, care about their community service that they do, what they stand for, what, you know, like, what they're about. Like, what would you be proud representing what they do? Like, and who they are as a national organization and not the group of girls at your school. Because that's what a sorority is, a national organization.
Because you can be friends with them outside of being in a sorority. So don't think that just because you don't end up in that sorority, you can't be friends with them. Like, we have friends in other sororities. And, you know, we like them. But we didn't join that sorority because of them.
But sorority life is fun, and you will meet people, but that's not your reason to join. But if you're like, hey, I see these people, I see them having fun.
I want to have fun.
I want to have fun. I want to be a part of that. Like, do it.
Don't be afraid. On that note, make college what you want. It's like, it's not just going to fall in your lap. You have to do things to make it fun. You can't just walk around and go to class and study and expect fun to randomly happen.
Try to make friends. Try to join clubs. Like, try to make this experience, like, the best. Because you're not going to be able to live like this ever again. Like, once you join the real world, like, people say college is the real world. It's not. Once you join the real world...
you're going to want those friends.
Well, it's not even that, but you won't be able to, like, if your school is like, hey, pay $250 and go to New York. Like, you're not going to be able to do that. Like, you're not going to just be able to fly to New York, live there for a week on $250. We didn't actually even pay that much. We paid $175. And
if you want to know about that, just let us know.
You're never going to be able to, you know, live that carefree lifestyle again. Like, high school was carefree, but this is carefree with freedom. Like, you don't have freedom when you're in high school.
So don't be afraid to do things. Like, don't be afraid to be outgoing and do something random that just because a friend's not going, don't be afraid to do it.
Yeah, so, you know, enjoy life and please give us some nice feedback on our video.
Don't be mean and be nice to others, guys.
Because this is our first video and
it's pretty long.
And we were pussies about it until just now.
So, thanks.
Have a nice day, I guess. Like,
bye.